And if you genuinely want to treat it, you must carry the whole matter in whole and treat it. You must take up the whole matter in whole and treat it. You must not isolate one from the other. So we have come today to add our voice and speak. Biafra must be recognized to stop the genocide, because silence today means more graves tomorrow. Silence today means more graves tomorrow. The same way you were silent all this while we were shaking about the persecution and the genocide of the Christians in the north. You didn't speak. And finally you found your voice. And now you are still making an isolated case. It is not an isolated case. As you speak, they have expanded, they have grown, and they are causing much more havoc that you can never imagine. And the Nigerian government will never report it because they are the one actively sponsoring and supporting it. My fellow Biafrans, the Monday Sit-at-Home is not rebellion. The Monday Sit-at-Home is not rebellion. It is resistance. See it as resistance. It is not rebellion. It is resistance. I want everyone that is listening to us to watch, listen and listen carefully. For those who are targeting different kind of things, for those who are giving a different kind of name, giving out different kind of saying all manner of things, Monday Sit-at-Home is not rebellion. It is resistant. Resistance against state-sponsored genocide in Biafra land. Resistance against injustice in Biafra land. Resistance against unjust occupation of Biafra land. That is what it's all about. Sit-at-Home was born out of frustration and helpless after the illegal abduction and detention of Nnamdi Kanu. That was how Sit-at-Home was born. Don't ever forget that. The Sit-at-Home was born out of frustration and helplessness after the illegal abduction of our sweet Nnamdi Kanu. We could not protest. If you come out to protest, the military will open fire and take as many lives as they can. Mass abduction, mass disappearance of Biafran people. We had no choice. It was so open and so obvious, and nobody was there for us to speak for us. We had no other choice. Then we embarked on Sit-at-Home. That was how Sit-at-Home was born. When justice is denied, civil disobedience became the last language of the oppressed. Don't ever forget this. When justice is denied, civil disobedience becomes the last language of the oppressed. As we stand today as Biafrans, civil disobedience becomes our last language. And when you take it away from us, it means you have made us silence and we have no voice anymore. And we cannot allow you to silence us. We will never, ever allow you. It doesn't matter your propaganda, your blackmail. As you push your propaganda, we will continue to counter your propaganda. And I thank you, for what our sister, Lolo Nneka is doing. I say, may Chukwu Okikabiyama continue to guide and protect that woman. The only journalist in Biafra land that is coming out to say things the way they are. The only journalists in Biafra land that have the guts, have the mind, have the strength, have that zeal to put her own life on the line and push the informations. And let us hear from our beloved sister, Lolo Nneka.
Ekene m ụnụ Lolo Nneka Chimezie na-ekwu anyị ka na-ewetara n'ọnọdụ Igbo. Enwere ihe m chọrọ ịkọl attention ndị Igbo too. Recently ka anyị hụrụ ndị bandits ebe ha nyakochi egbe na bọmbụ pụta a na-ayọ ha biko were peace. Of course, this is not the first time we're witnessing this kind of a thing. Enwere mgbe emechi ndị Boko Haram arrest ha na nga nọkọta asa anyị na-rehabilitate ọla ha. when Joe Hanami, Blala in the southeast, I don't mind. Now, so Kaku, Ngana, and blackmail IPOP. And from my investigation, I'm carried out. IPOP has maintained to be a peaceful organization. Take it or you leave it. It doesn't change that fact.
Exactly.
That Nnamdi making Pankpano Lobunde Bobago. And the Babago, hope was Odema, governor of Imo State. Now, federal government, Kora, Nega Monte, Kora, jail Imo State, what the criminals, Wonya Sari, Yata, the Chana, Wobha.
Did you hear that? You remember when the jailbreak happened in Imo State? Every one of you remember jailbreak in Imo State. That jailbreak was carried out by the DSS. Remember, even the governor came out then and he said, the people that came for this operation, that they are not Biafrans. That many of them do not speak Igbo. Many of them, people who came, they were caught on CCTV camera. Many of them were not speaking Igbo. They are not Biafrans. Neither do they have anything to do with IPOB. The governor, the chief security of the state said it. When Chukwu Okukabiyama hold him on his neck, he said it without knowing when he said it. And if you have forgotten, I want you to pay attention and listen to what our beloved sister, Lolo Nneka Chimezie, found out.
I don't mind. Now, so Kaku, Ngana, and blackmail IPOP. And from my investigation, I'm carried out. IPOP has maintained to be a peaceful organization. Take it or you leave it. It doesn't change that fact.
Exactly.
That Nnamdi making Pankpano Lobunde Bobago. And the Babago, hope was Odema, governor of Imo State. Now, federal government, Kora, Nega Monte, Kora, jail Imo State, what the criminals, Wonya Sari, Yata, the Chana, Wobha in the southeast, Imo State, or we have him now. Those states patronize the Babago, where killing the higher, and Imo State, Anambra State, Nigeria State. Ono lanyo na huna, Enugu State never patronized Babago, and that was why. In Enugu State, throughout the like basketball sign and when they have much in Enugu State. Then in the Ebonyi State, the Namboga court stop where Babago, or Piaki in no much, Nabia, Ebonyi State. When you want to come with Alex Oti, Brabatane, Nabia State, Chopper Babago, Onoka Nabia State, and may enjoy some kind of peace. Then I come with Soludo where we draw because I said it was not Soludo match I withdraw, came with Soludo where we draw from Babago. Peace, Abatala. So, Ebe, or Kanja with their headquarters now in Imo State. Now, we have to not one deal with no but Tabuna. I want to make Nigerians Nando Bulana, Master, Nnamdi Kanu, Nanga, discuss with bandits. Yeah, well, but Nnamdi Kanu with their bandits. Nnamdi Kanu would do bandit or would do Lee Henana, where Boko Haram. Nnamdi is a freedom fighter. So, Bicon, and they will raise on your voice, has a separate on Nnamdi Kanu from bandits. From Aguru, from militants. Nnamdi Kanu na ha tori nwete nwere onwe ha na agba ya egbe and ha da agba da egbe enwebede ebe enwetere any senior IPOP member with egbe ma owu n'ogbo ndị no hụrụ make ihe ha one day recruit just to blackmail IPOP. So because our attention I draw my attention to the fact that it na I draw Nnamdi Kanu parallel to bandits na ihe mba Nnamdi Kanu a freedom fighter. So onye chere manye Nnamdi Kanu ya na manye Nnamdi Kanu with ihe dịka Mandela Mowo Magandi of India. On here, Nnamdi Kanu. When they are Nnamdi Kanu me, Ndana Nolum, oh, na where. See, I had ya Karobi, Yaji Shike, Mandela no 20-something years. My waiting here. Nnamdi Kanu, man, I heard you can on and Gata, one or Quebec, any deal. I won't know a deal. I won't ya one Yambogranga, La Han, Gonya Yoruba, Daniel Adams Granga. No, the 3 months, Pota, what we care, Granga, Napata, even a city na was a government agent, where contractor, Granga, or the 3 months, Hapotasha, you know, like Nnamdi Kanu no 4 years. You know, go to one Okwishike, you believe in. And don't lasagna, in her name in Nigeria today, Nnamdi Kanu having vindicated. I may follow Bia. Mano them that in her name in Nigeria, where gang seeing any local, one any let that young man who a mezole, it will be. Onye ọbụla lite tinye olu n'ihe gbasara Nnamdi Kanu na lebekwana anya na ihe federal government na-eme n'Imo State. Enwere m nkwenye na enwere hidden something ndị otu President Tinubu na ndị otu President Buhari before ha abịakọ ọnụ enwere nkata akpa maka ndị Igbo anyị na-amadụ ka hapụ iji pop na distract anyị ka anyị nwụrụ n'anya ka azụ lite obodo ọbụla ga-aga tige vigilante na befa obodo ọbụla rezo ezigbote vigilante mee ha equip ọfụma ma kwụọ ha ezigbo ụgwọ ka ebidekere n'ebe ahụ ndewo.
Thank you so much, our beloved sister Norma Lolo Chimezie. This woman has been doing a very, very wonderful job for the Biafran people. The only Biafran media we have, the only Igbo media we have, the only Igbo media that we have in Nigeria as it stands today, in Biafra land, is this woman. The only Igbo media, I'm speaking about Igbo media that we have is this woman. There is no other one. There is no other one. The only journalist of Igbo extraction that is giving update is this woman. And he saw what she said, and I agree with her 100%. This idea of comparing Mazen Nnamdi with bandit, stop making such example. It doesn't work. It's an insult. When they draw a line with Mazen Nnamdi, comparing him with a bandit, even some of us, we have made that mistake. When we make the analysis that a bandit is making agreement and for release and all that, even though we have a genuine reason why we make it, we should not allow them to be putting Mazen Nnamdi on the same scale with this bandit. They are not on the same level. Mazen Nnamdi is not a terrorist. Mazen Nnamdi is not a bandit. Mazen Nnamdi is a freedom fighter. He's a freedom fighter. And the earlier we begin to draw this line, the better for all of us. She has made a striking exposition. How this insecurity, we have said it, many of them have said it, but the truth and the in-depth of it, nobody's talking about except this woman. She goes in-depth and brings information. Every one of us remembered that very issue when it happened. Every one of us. We remember the issue of what do they call them? We remember the issue of the Ebubago. We remember when the jailbreak happened in Imo State. We remember the jailbreak, and we remember what the governor said after that jailbreak. So, since after the jailbreak, did they give you account of getting those people back? And you know where this jailbreak happened? The headquarters of the police was very close there. Army barrack was very close. Checkpoints were everywhere. And yet, this jailbreak was conducted for hours. Not knowing they were trying to get food soldiers to be given to Asari Dokbo to train. We never knew that they were looking for foot soldiers to give to Asari Dokbo to train. And what did they do? They went to prison, broke prison, and they took people from the prison and they supplied to Asari Dokbo. And they used those people to form the Bubago. You and I know that when they inaugurated the Bubago, nobody joined them. Nobody from Southeast joined them. No youths joined that Ebubebusu. So they went and joined Asari Dokbo, and they used them to cause havoc, which Asari Dokbo himself confessed. He confessed. The federal government gave him a contract to continue to commit genocide in Biafra land, which he did, and they praised him for that. Even gave him a platform in Asorok to speak. But people have forgotten this. People have forgotten this. We have gotten to a stage where everybody has to begin to think fast on what to do. And why I love her is that when she talks about solutions. Prepare and secure yourself. If communities can form a genuine vigilante group, if you can form a genuine vigilante group for the people and by the people, I don't mean for the government and by the government, by the people and for the people, sponsored by the people, they should go ahead and do that. That is the right thing to do. This is an exposition coming with solution. And that is what we want. It's not to come online and make noise and talk and shout and shout and shout and you run away. No. This woman has been the only voice we have in Igbo land on media. The only genuine media of the Igbos that is not compromised, has nothing to do with the politicians. Independent media, she say it the way it is. She spend her own money to make the investigation, go on the ground, interview people face to face on several occasions. Later on, I'm still going to play the video she made. The one she made in the destruction of properties of Biafrans that is going on in Lagos State. This is the only genuine media I can say. The only woman that is standing out, very, very genuine, and presenting the case of Biafra before the whole world. And we appreciate her for that. We will continue to appreciate her. We must not be silent. We must not be silent. No matter the evil that is happening, going on right, left, etc., you must not be silent. We must continue to speak. We must continue to air our opinion. We must continue to give our voice. And don't you ever run away from this responsibility. It is something that we must do. That is why I said
he's the only Nigerian man, only Igbo man that brought in business.
Sorry, that's not the video I'm seeking for. I'm looking for a particular video where our sister made investigation on the attack in our against the Biafrans that is ongoing as we speak in Lagos State. That attack is still ongoing, and she was able to go there and also cover while others are busy.
Thank you. Right? This is banditry. Onye bịara were ihe na-atụrụ ihe mmadụ ibie ekpekwe aka.
No notice, no.
He's a terrorist. Nnamdi Kanu now stand there, charges maka for Nigeria zoo. Kedu ihe ga-akpọ nka? Na Nigeria wo obodo a fellow countryman ga-asị gị na this is my region, this is my land. It's only in an animal kingdom, in a jungle, where a lion should eat another animal and go scot-free. And now in Nigeria, where a fellow countryman will boldly threaten a whole tribe, is not a terrorist. Although not threatening a whole nation, the Igbo land, he is not a terrorist. He is walking free and has been given appointments. Asare Bekibo came out in the television to tell us that he was contracted by the federal government to cause mayhem. People like Ikan Gariwa did not sit and react to it. Cash did not sit and react to it. Joy Boke, the father of them all, did not sit to react to it. But Nnamdi Kanu is in detention. And IPOP that have declared themselves as a peace, they want to get their freedom peacefully. So many of our children have been murdered today because of that. And now this is an extension of what is happening in the southeast, because so many people will die out of this. Only the last time there, so it will be our governors. On the side lot, our side lot, and our water deck and Allah. Everybody Manali will be trying I got water, and I do this here.
You heard her. The woman is making very, very strong points in the front line, unapologetically speaking out, something that some men cannot do. You can imagine in Biafra. We have men on the media. We have men in the media. How many men on the ground are doing what this woman is doing? How many men on the ground can do what this woman is doing? She is speaking right from Lagos, telling them exactly what it is. Telling them that what they're doing is the act of terrorism. Do you know the funniest thing? Recently, I saw a video where the state government came back and said that they made a mistake in destroying the house. That is not where they're supposed to destroy. And the people are now repairing their house again, buying blocks and where they repair their house. You can imagine. After destroying that property, they came out and said that it was a mistake. I saw a video where somebody said they said it was a mistake. And I saw people patching their destroyed homes and trying to put it in order again. Only in the zoo will such a thing happen, just like my sister said. Only in the zoo. You can't see. It's short. Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless him. May God bless Nnamdi Kanu. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. A man who has given up himself to save humanity. A man that gave himself to save humanity. Instead of appreciating him, they put him in jail, kept him in solitary confinement, and they want to take his life by all means necessary. What crime did Nnamdi Kanu commit? The only crime Nnamdi Kanu committed is that he said, "Let my people go. The slavery is so much, we cannot continue to be slaves in a land that is ours." That is the crime he has committed. That is the only reason why they hold Nnamdi Kanu, because he said, "Let my people go." This, our sister, has been doing a very, very marvelous work. So we will continue to speak. As we know that whenever we come out, they're going to come after us. They're going to attack us. We chose sit at home. And today being Monday, if you are not participating in sit at home, you are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. You are part of those who is exposing the Biafran people to the hand of the enemy. You are doing nothing. You are not speaking. You are not protesting. You are not sitting at home. You are not even using your platform. You are not even sharing the program. Some of you will come across the program. You will not share. You will not even give a like. You won't even give a thumbs up to a program that is meant to save your life. You won't even give a thumbs up to a voice. Look at a mother. Look at a mother putting her own life on the line. Even went up to Lagos State to challenge them. But you, that is sitting comfortably in your home, you can't even share a program that has to do with Biafra in your platform. You can't even share a program that has to do with Biafra to your family and friends. You can't even share or speak about the issue of Biafra. And yet, you will come and say you want freedom. I don't know the kind of freedom you're looking for. I don't know. The sit-at-home we are seeing today is not rebellion. It is resistant. That is what it is. The sit-at-home we are seeing today was born out of frustration and helplessness after the illegal abduction and detention of our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu. And I want you to know, when justice is denied, civil disobedience becomes the last language of the oppressed. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are and you're watching this program, I want you to be strong. I want you to be strong. The genocide in Nigeria is real. Anybody that is watching us from any part of the world and you come across this very content, the genocide against the Christians in the north is real. But it is not only in the north. It is happening even in the southern part of Nigeria, mainly in Biafra land. It is ongoing, sponsored and carried out by the federal government itself. That is why it is much disturbing in the south. It is much disturbing because in Biafra land, it is being done by the federal government. You saw the Kwara own that I just played here. What is happening in Kwara State? In Kwara State, where an army base was attacked, and they called for enforcement, the Air Force refused to comply. Nigerian Air Force refused. They declined to give them support. And the terrorists cut away with 6 machine guns and 30,000 rounds of ammunition. So, the northern part of Nigeria is not an isolated case. Genocide in Nigeria is real. The mass killing of Christians in the northern Nigeria mirrors what is happening in the southeast. Pay attention. Mass killing of Christians in northern Nigeria mirrors what's happening in the southeast of Nigeria. Biafra land, to be precise. Same system, same government, different method, same goal. Wipe out voice of truth. That is the goal. That is the objective. That's what they want to do. It is the same system. It is the same government that is carrying out operation and sponsoring it directly and indirectly. 2 different methods. Same goal is what they are pursuing: to exterminate the people and take over the land. To wipe out voices of truth. the same objective. Why are you separating these two? If you are genuinely, if you genuinely care about humanity, why must you separate this genocide that is spread across the entire nation? Why are you trying to separate it? You're trying to make it look safe to score a political point. Just to score a political point. Is that why you're talking about it? Because if you are genuine, you don't have to separate it. There is genocide going on in Nigeria, in the north and in the south. More especially, even in Biafra land, more especially. Why are you silent about some and you're talking about some? Now that the opportunity has presented itself, do the needful. More especially the United States of America, do the needful to end this injustice against humanity. To end this crime against humanity. If you don't, it is definitely going to haunt you back. It will haunt you. It doesn't matter. It's a question of time. It is going to haunt you. The voice that they want to silence are the voice of the truth. The silence of the international community is a second wound. If you don't know that, know that. The silence of the international community is a second wound to the people who are facing genocide, to the people who are already oppressed. The silence of the international community is a second wound. It is now time for you to speak. This is the time to speak and act. It is not time to pretend. It is not time to play politics. It is not time to play your selfish games that you always play. Nigerian structure rewards genocide, punishes justice. Nigerian structure run by terrorist organization as confirmed by a Canadian court. Nigerian structure rewards genocide and punish justice. It is not time to be silent. The international communities have to act and act fast against the genocide that is happening in Nigeria, against the Christians in the northern part of Nigeria, and also those in the southern part of Nigeria, especially Biafra land. This intentional separation of these crimes is criminal. It shows insincerity. That is another wound that is you're putting on the life of the people. Wherever you are and you're watching it, we the Biafran people, we are not asking for war. Biafrans are not asking for war. We are asking for recognition and safety. We are asking for recognition and safety, security. We are not asking for war. That's not what we're asking for. When we talk about our self-determination, the call for self-determination is not a call for war. When we call for this integration, it's a solution for every people to be on their way. Peaceful separation. The North be in their caliphate and practice what they have, what they are already practicing that they love. Let the Southwest be on their own, practice what they're already used to, and let the Biafran people be on their own. That is all we ask for. We are not asking for war. Biafrans have never asked for war. All we are asking for is recognition and safety. The genocide in Nigeria is no longer speculation. It is not. If you think it is speculation, it is not. There are facts, evidence in audio, on pictures, on videos. I have just played one that you saw that is going on in Kwara State, even as we speak. Even as we speak in Kwara State. You go to Imo State, it is still happening as we speak. Okigwe is burning. You go to Imo State, you see villages that people have deserted completely. The government itself sponsored the extermination of the people in Imo State. Go to Olu, you see that. Go to Okigwe, you see that. So it is not just a speculation. It's documented. It's documented, filmed. and ignored. What we are speaking about on this platform is documented, filmed, and ignored by the international communities, by even Amnesty International. Because when you talk about it and you don't take action, it means you ignore it. Amnesty International have thousands of tons and tons of videos, tons and tons of eyewitness accounts. Sometimes they come and talk about it, and that is how it ends. Last time we were talking about a woman and her husband that were adopted and left their children behind for 5 good years. Husband and wife disappeared. The Nigerian DSS disappeared husband and wife, left their young children for 5 good years. Nobody have heard about them or where they are. In Biafra land, you don't know what is going on, right? The United Nations and major powers must understand. Ignoring Biafra call is ignoring humanity. Ignoring Biafran call is ignoring humanity. Recognizing Biafra is recognizing the right to life. In case you don't know. Ignoring Biafra, ignoring the call of the Biafran people is ignoring humanity. That is what it is. Ignoring the call of Biafran people is ignoring humanity. Recognizing Biafra is recognizing the rights to life. We have waited for too long. We have endured for too long. We cannot continue to keep silent and watch. That is why we embark in the civil disobedience with every strength that we have. That is why nobody should talk down on sit-at-home. The civil disobedience, the only means we have to air our opinion. Every other right that we have, they have stripped us of all the rights. Civil disobedience is a moral weapon used by freedom fighters like Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., and also Nelson Mandela. These icons use civil disobedience. Mazen Nnamdi bought into it. Mazen Simon bought into it and promoted it. And today, we are in it. It is a moral weapon. It is a moral weapon used by freedom fighters who are celebrated across the whole world. People that you respect and celebrate. You have Gandhi. You have Martin Luther King Jr. And you have Nelson Mandela. These were the people who have passed through this road and they made it. We, the Biafran people today, we are using peace to fight violence. It doesn't matter how they try to turn the things around, push propaganda, push different narratives against us. It cannot hold water. It cannot change it from who we are. What the Biafran people are doing today by sitting at home is using peace to fight violence. And we will continue to do so. We will continue to do so for as long as it takes until we are free. The silence every Monday shakes the government, the markets, and the conscience of the world. It is a very strong weapon, and we will not let go of it. We will not let go of it. That is the only voice we have. Every Monday, our silence shakes the government, the markets, and the conscience of the whole world. We will never give it up. No matter what they say, no matter what, we will never give it up. It says, if you want to listen to our words, you will feel our absence. That's a popular saying. If you want to listen to our words, you will feel our absence. And today, we will do everything humanly possible to create that absence so that you can listen. There is no amount of propaganda or blackmail that will change our stance on the sit at home. We will continue to sit at home for as long as we take, no matter the cost. That is the only voice we have. We cannot lose it, and we will not give it up for anything. We are calling for the conscience of the international community. We call on the conscience of the international community and those that matters. It is high time you pay attention. The world cannot keep funding Nigerian army and pretending to support democracy. The United States cannot continue to fund Nigerian army pretending to support democracy. A confirmed terrorist government that a legitimate court in a country that is civilized as Canada have declared that every leading party in Nigeria is a terrorist organization, and yet you continue to fund Nigerian army. For what? You can imagine that their base was attacked, army base attacked, and they call for enforcement, that the Air Force refused, they declined. This is their base. How much more the citizens, the innocent citizens? They could not protect their base. How much more the innocent citizens? How are they going to protect them? We have had this case on several occasions. Sometimes, even when they go, they leave the terrorists and they bomb the citizens. We have seen several confessions that eyewitness accounts have said that even when the terrorists come operation, they come with some military men in uniform who guide them to clear the road for them. Sometimes before they come for the operation, the military will first of all come in and take away the arms from the people, and then they will come and take lives. So many confessions have come in the past. The world cannot keep funding Nigerian army and pretending to support democracy. You cannot. More especially the United States of America. You must not fund Nigerian army pretending to support democracy. Say you are fighting insurgents, you are fighting terrorism. That is madness, arrant nonsense. This is the same mistake you have done in the entire Middle East. In the entire Middle East, every operation you get there was a failure. In the name of fighting terrorism, you end up destroying the entire Middle East. Today, it's about Nigeria. It is about Nigeria. You have now selected the northern part of Nigeria, the Christians in the north. You forgot that the same thing is high, even on the higher scale in Biafra land. Look at Kwara State today. But you choose to isolate. And the next day, you will hear them sending aids in the north. Aids upon aids in the north. And all those aids is ending up in the hand of the terrorists. And yet you come back and claim you are supporting democracy. You are protecting humanity. Every dollar given to Nigeria becomes a bullet against innocent villagers. Did you hear me well? Every single dollar given to Nigerian government becomes a bullet against innocent villagers, innocent Biafrans, innocent Christians. Every single dime given to Nigeria, either through NGO, through whatever support, every single dime you give them becomes a bullet against the innocent villagers, innocent Biafrans, and innocent Christians. It is time to recognize Biafra rights to exist. Recognize Biafra's rights to exist now, not tomorrow, now. This is the time. Recognize Biafra's right to exist now to stop bloodshed. If you are serious, if you are genuine, and you are serious, this is the time for you to do that. This is the time to do that. If you are serious, recognize Biafra existence. If you don't, you are not serious. And we can't believe you. It doesn't matter what you say and how you say it. We will never believe you. Never, ever. Thank you so much for joining my brother Reality. Go ahead and open your mic and speak to us if you are there. If you're there, brother, go ahead and unmute yourself. Reality. If you're there, Reality, unmute yourself.
Hello, sir.
You're welcome, my brother.
Master Chief, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. You're welcome.
How you work?
Very well, thank you.
That's great. I also greet all my fellow Biafrans across the globe and other ones who are listening to us right away. Straight away, I keep appreciating our Onyendu who have given our people the light to understand many things that are actually going on. And that has kind of made the awakeness in them. And Mazi Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister, Ngozi Orabweze, our DPM, you who is in this great platform, giving us an opportunity to air out our views as well, and others who are the cabinet members, and every other Biafrans who are from their different places, doing the needful. I appreciate so much, and at the same time, I pray that God will give everybody the strength to function more better and more again from our various places and in our different capacities to enable us to achieve the purpose which is to the glory of God. And I actually thank you so much for this topic you brought up, which is civil disobedience or survival, and which is actually the only means or one of the major means at this point in time that we are using to speak out to let the international communities really understand what we are passing through, our pains, and what we are demanding for at this time, because we really need survival and we need to survive. Quickly, it is very obvious that the Biafrans need to be given attention. The Biafrans need to be listened to, because we are not less humans. And I will use this same opportunity to say, anybody across the globe, be it the United Kingdom, be it the United States, and any other sites across the world, who are looking at Biafra to seem less human. And as a result of that, they cannot give heed to our cry to put their heads together, their hands together on one deck, to see that they make a call for safety for humanity as to these particular sets who are crying and passing through these deep pains. I mean the Biafrans. And such sets who will not do this, and who will fail to do this, and who will feel they are paying their ears because they regard Biafrans as less humans, invariably it tells that they are not humans, they are rather beasts. But we are using all of these messages and our submissions to reawaken their conscience, to understand that something is really happening to us, and it's all about lives, it's all about humanity. So we must stand strong and firm to encourage ourselves to sit at home, so it will give to keep giving Nigerian terrorist government a hit as well that the international community